Hi guys, HC625MA here, and in this video I'd like to show you two really cool things. And these are the new Mark IV Simple collective lever and the new cyclic mount. So let's start with the Simple collective. It's a really nice and compact lever, which is the easiest one to make, and which is compatible with motion platforms. You can also see that it doesn't need the pneumatic mode to hold the lever in any position, and the friction tensioner is sufficient in this case. It feels really smooth. The lever has an integrated head inside of its throttle grip, which contains 4 buttons, 2 push buttons and the spring-loaded switch. So these are 4 joystick buttons, which because of mode 4, because of Mark IV mode switch, are tripled, and those become 12 joystick buttons when used with mode switch. In the middle position of the mode switch, the head supports special throttle functions. So you can see a tactile and visual nice mark here. This is the virtual throttle detent. So if you close the throttle without pressing the idle stop button, which is this one by default, nothing happens. It will close the throttle up to the detent, and it won't cut your throttle in the helicopter. However, if you press this button and close the throttle, the lever will then set a separate joystick button press, and you can assign it to something like a throttle latch button in Dreamfoil helicopters. So it will cut your throttle, which allows you to realistically shut down your helicopters. It also sends page up and page down button presses like any other Simchair collective lever with special throttle functions enabled for DCS HUI startup and shutdown support. So this lever also supports pedestals here. It's an extension slot lid here. You can install pedestals here and connect it to 2 Ethernet sockets on the base. You can use one to connect the lever to the master controller and another one to connect the pedestal to it, just like any other Mark IV lever. So it's a really nice lever for a very compact one, very portable. If you don't have the collective yet and considering making one, this is the fastest and the cheapest one to make. A very good choice, in my opinion. Let's look at the new cyclic mount. So you can see it's a twin rail mount, which makes the base hold really firmly to the chair. So with this mount, your base won't be moving under load anymore. It's as good as the way more expensive extrusion profile, but these rails cost a lot cheaper, so a very good option. This is now a default option to mount the cyclic. The cyclic base itself has its mount detached from the lid, the bottom lid. So you can use other mounts if you prefer not to use the Gundi chair. You can just make your own mounts using the pattern of bolts of the lid, and mount your cyclic to where you prefer. This is cool, in my opinion. Because of this mount, the master controller needs the new mount too, because it won't fit here anymore. So I have a new mount for it too. You can get it from the repo. So that's it, guys. Let's look how it flies. Okay, so this is the second part of the video. We're sitting in the Dreamfoil Bell 407 at Forest 2 Ken Jensted Airfield. So let's try flying our helicopter with this new controls. So let's check everything moves. Alright. Throttle. Back to idle. Yeah, let's. Circuit breakers are in. So at first we will center our cyclic and pedals. Yeah, it's fine. No need to retrieve it. Okay. So, we're ready for takeoff. Let's hover taxi to the runway. So everything really feels quite smooth. The collective is fantastic. I can really move it by hair without any, noticeable bite in the friction tensioner, and yet I can remove my hand and it will always stay where I left it. Cyclic precision is perfect as well. So let's try flying. Feels great, no issues at all. Then some interesting explain freezes. Okay, let's go pick some fuel or something. Let's go check how our mad fuel truck friend is doing. I guess it's some kind of innovative self-driving fuel truck. That's why it makes such weird maneuvers. Anyway, okay, I guess we can finally pick some fuel. So guys, as you can see, the set is really precise. It feels perfect. I do not have now any issues at all. You can start and stop your helicopter using this set of controls. Yeah, I will do it right now using the tactile detent. We will skip now some required stuff like running on idle for a few minutes. So I can press the idle stop button and I can cut the throttle. So I hope you guys like it. It's definitely a great lever to make, especially as your first lever. It has enough buttons to fly pretty much all general, you know, all civilian single-engine helicopters, and you know, it's actually enough to fly pretty much everything, as long as you are not into combat and you know, don't need some sophisticated stuff here on the head to manage your weapon systems. Otherwise, it's a great little lever, and I like it very much. The new cyclic mount is also perfect. It allows for really precise maneuvers. The cyclic feels solid, and I have no complaints at all about it. And I like that you know, when I finally had to adjust my stick, it also felt perfectly. I've been able to adjust it, so you know, yeah, as you can see, because of the new mount, I had to shorten the stick a bit. So I have adjusted these these nuts here on the stick body, and lowered it a bit for, you know, my hand to rest on it in a comfortable way, and it all worked flawlessly. So thanks for watching. I hope you like the new stuff. See ya. Bye.